So, backstory. I have not worn makeup probably since 2013. In 2013, I thought I had the flu because my son had been sick. He had some kind of virus, throwing up, fever, and then I got some kind of something where I was running a fever. So I just let it go because I figured I had caught the flu from my son. So his went away, mine did not. So I felt like I was dying. I really thought I was dying. So I went to the hospital. And they sent me home. And I knew something was wrong. But, what can you do? They send you home. So that night, only a couple hours later, my older son was he might have still lived around here then. I was like, I'm dying. I really thought I was dying. I'm like, I got to go back to the hospital. So, I was just dripping with sweat. And it was January maybe, or February. I'm going to cut my bangs. Hold on. I will edit out, hopefully, all this hair cutting and... I don't like it when my bangs are in my face like that. So keep them cut a little bit. Anyway, so pretty much as soon as the doctor saw me, he was like, yeah, you're not going anywhere. I was like, oh, thank God. I said, I was here earlier, and they said that it was just the flu. He's like, yeah, this is not the flu. So I actually got admitted like almost immediately. I had 104 temperature, and so they started running tests. It actually took them, first they said I had cancer, which was dreadful, of course, because they saw, finally they saw a mass on my liver. So they were like, it's not good, it looks like you've got some pretty big cancer, and it was almost my whole liver. So they were pretty much telling me goodbye. So I was so sick. It was just like I didn't care because I had such a high fever. So I was in there 14 days. Day 13. Day 11. What did they do? They did another test. And they were like, you know what? We don't think that's cancer. We think that you might have an abscess in your liver. So I went to get another test done. I thought, and then they said that they would put me out. After that, they said they were going to put me out and put a drain in. So I was like, okay. So I'm laying there in the x-ray room thingy. And, they give me medicine, and the nurse is like, she's not out, doc. And I'm like, no, I'm not out, doc. And he's like, well, we've given her enough to knock a horse out. Wow. Certain medicines don't do squat on me. It's been like that my whole life. So I was innocent. I didn't know anything about what was going to be happening there. He stabbed me. I couldn't breathe. Because when they put a drain in, they stab you with a tubey thing, then they put the other tube in, and oh my God, it hurt so bad. One of the worst experiences of my life. Then they wanted me to get off the table. I couldn't move. They were like, honey, we understand. The doctor was a real dink. He wasn't a doctor, he was an x-ray tech. So I was like, I can't believe you stabbed me. I'm wide awake. He never even said a word. Anyway, I haven't worn makeup since back then. I've been sick. It was actually sepsis, and because of all my birth defects that I have in my digestive system, when I was 11, they started reconstructing my digestive system. My pancreas was digesting itself. It digested my gallbladder. It digested my common bile duct. And some other things. It was digesting the liver. But they rerouted stuff before it got crazy. But the common bile duct. They took the stump that was left, because you can't just leave it floating around, and they sewed it into my intestines. So that was when I was a teenager, and it saved my life. But now it's allowing intestinal sludge to back up and get into my gut sac. So everybody's intestines leak. Yours leak, hers leak, theirs leaks, mine leaks, normal. But now this, so when your intestines leak, you get a little leak. Your liver pops up and cleans it up. You don't even know what just happened because, oh my goodness, from cutting my hair, my nose is itching. Your liver just comes in, takes care of it. Sorry. And you don't even know what happened, because it's just a normal thing. Your body is its own little ecosystem in there, and it takes care of itself. But what happens with mine is too much gets in, the liver can't keep up, and so it cleans it up, and then that putrid garbage is inside your liver, and then your liver has to absorb it and push it out. Well, if it can't do it quick enough, then it forms a pussy abscess, and that's what happened. Mine, you could only see the outer line of my liver. It looked like it had a big tumor. So this is what happens to me. I have to keep a really close eye on my temperature. I really haven't had much of a life since. I usually get septic about every 3 months, but my light went off. It's not that it's not that bad. I catch it. If I start to not feel good in any way, shape, or form, I start taking my temperature just in case, because there's a possibility that sepsis is on its way. If my temperature goes up just a little bit, I then need to start taking Flagyl or Cipro to help my liver along with getting rid of the infection that's inside of myself. So that has been going on since 2013. I really think it was January. It was after Christmas. I'm not sure. I'd have to really look. But anyway, I haven't really done much with my life since, because my health is not great. I'm in bed a lot. I'm home a lot. I sleep a lot. I need a lot of rest because my body is a battlefield. And I also now, on top of that, this past year, narcolepsy, because I can just fall asleep anywhere. Personally, I think it's because of all the work that my body is doing, constantly trying to clean this up. You know, it's a 24/7 job for my liver, and the rest of your body is also in there taking care of things. So, anyway, I haven't worn makeup since. One of the first reasons why is one thing that happens, let's say I bite an apple, and it's a bad day for my liver. It's been doing a lot of work, and so food is an added job. So that added job, what happens? Ooh, I dyed my hair a week or so ago, and it's still leaking pink. I start to sweat. I mean, the sweat starts just pouring off of me like I have just worked out major. It starts dripping off ringlets of my hair. I could sweat so much that my hair is soaked. What I need to do, if that gets going too much, I got to get in the shower and cool down, because once my body temperature is up like that, I start to have trouble with my heart. So what one doctor told me is that my liver is actually vibrating. I don't understand that, but it's making me sweat. I don't feel it vibrating. I do feel my heart vibrating. I have AFib. And anyway, so I haven't worn makeup since. I should probably stop this so the light goes back on so I can have the light to do it. So I thought today, and that the reason why I don't like if I should eat something and start sweating, it's gonna yuck. So let me, I'm going to restart this because I like the light better. It gives a better picture. This is an HD, high definition, blah, 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 blah camera. And without the light, you don't get to see all the ugly of what's going on here.